Boy FD Signifier conversation. Cause this shit's great for the streets, y'all. I love this right here. Alright, so let me go ahead. Hey Nut, can I get you to sit down? Can I get you to... You're not playing with toys right now, okay? Can I get you to sit down? Come over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Stay. 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 Thank you. They not gonna stay, y'all. Alright. Yeah, so this Gulley Boy FD Signifier video. Oh my goodness. Let's make some noise for Gulley Boy and FD Sig for just chopping it up. I could not believe that both of them pulled up and okay, so the situation is that FD Signifier had a video that he came out with, and I believe it's titled something like The Problem with White Rappers. Now, I am spitting off the top of the dome right now, so if I make any mistakes, you got to give me some grace, y'all. But FD Signifier dropped a video talking about white rappers and hip-hop. Gulley Boy on his channel responded in a Discord chat with other people to the FD Signifier video. I don't think that there's any guess about it. FD Signifier saw the video and he pulled up, all right? He pulled up and he said, hey, Gulley, I fucks with you, but I need my fade, all right? Hey, FD, I fuck with you, gang. I've been rocking with you the long way. Ever since you've been on YouTube, I've been rocking with you for at least, 2 years now? OG videos. I've watched every FD Signifier video, okay? So, just so you know, this is what my analysis is built on. I am a Gulley Boy fan since 2016, okay? Gulley Boy is from the same state as me. He's from STL. I'm from KC. So me and Gulley Boy actually have a lot of very aligning opinions about stuff. When it comes to like Tech 9, K Reno, a lot of this lyricism rap, me and Gulley Boy actually align on this. So that's why I've been rocking with Gulley Boy for a long time. So when I see two of my favorite black YouTubers click up and create a video, this shit crazy. This shit crazy, y'all. Like, I could have never guessed this one in 100 years. Because you don't see stuff like this for real. You don't see collabs like this anymore. And honestly, it's really refreshing. It's super refreshing for the culture. I think dialogue like this is needed more, just overall. And it was very respectful dialogue. I don't think any of them disrespected each other once in this entire dialogue. I listened to pretty much all of it. And I'm gonna go ahead and give my thoughts on this Gulley Boy FD Signifier conversation, if you'll allow me. So, it starts off talking about the problem with white rappers and hip hop. There was somebody on Gulley Boy's Discord server that mentioned, well, you couldn't make an issue about the problem with black rock stars or like black heavy metal, something like that. And FD Signifier quickly made a pack out of Gulley Boy's Discord associate. He smoked him real quick, gang. Got him up out of here. I mean, honestly, FD did a great job here, and he really broke down the black on black crime pejorative to Gulley Boy as well in a very respectful way, because it is a narrative and a pejorative that gets thrown on things to kind of distract people from the overall agenda. And I really like how he broke that down in the video. So I'm going to give FD points for that one, just because it was a very respectable take. I do think that it was a little misguided, just because Gulley Boy wasn't the person that made that take, but nonetheless, valid. Completely valid. Next, I'd like to say that the Eminem GOAT status, the questioning of the Eminem, I will say that it was a good breakdown. I feel like Gulley folded just a little bit in this conversation and dialogue. And if you think that I'm capping about this, you think that I'm off my rocker, you think I'm tweaking, you can respond to me. But I feel like Gulley kind of folded on this one just a little bit. I will say that Eminem, when it comes to his catalog, there is a lot more trash than goldenness in his entire catalog, gang. Like, he has 11 albums, and I fuck with Infinite Heavy. I fuck with his first album, Heavy, but we cannot get past the point that Eminem was coming up in the scene sounding like AZ, sounding like Nas. So, like, before he defined himself and became Eminem through Dr. Dre, Slim Shady, all of that, he was just coming up on the scene. And, like, if you know Detroit rap history, you know that, like, Eminem isn't the greatest white rapper ever. Like that's a conversation I really don't want to get into, but just questioning him as the GOAT status here, uh, I feel is unnecessary, and I feel like overall Gulley kind of folded in this conversation. But if you guys want to have more conversations about the Eminem thing, let me know. I'll go into my full analysis about what I think about Eminem because I do give him respect for a lot of his projects, but I feel like there's still a lot of trash in his catalog, and we're not looking past that. Okay, we're just not looking past that. So that being said, let's move on to the next topic. They were talking about Mac Miller. There was a quick sidebar about Chief Keef versus Mac Miller because in the FD Signifier video there was some type of relation relating those things. But I would say overall, uh, this whole argument about Mac Miller basically comes down to the fact that perspective, how you were introduced to Mac Miller. Do you know Mac Miller from the Easy Mac days? Do you know him from, when he was in Pittsburgh really getting it out the mud? Or do you know Mac Miller when he's already famous, bro? Do you know him when he's already having #1 singles? He's dating Ariana Grande. Because based on your entry point to Mac Miller, you're going to have differing opinions, okay? And I think that's kind of what happened here between Gulley Boy and FD Signifier. I think they were introduced to Mac Miller at completely different time periods, and that basically ran their narrative in their video. And I think that FD had a very valid point here relating Mac Miller to the current Mac Miller, i.e., what is it, Macklemore? No, my bad, bro. Jack Harlow. Oh, shit. No, Jack Harlow, like, come on. We already see that Jack Harlow's damn near an industry plant, okay? I knew Jack Harlow before he was signed, but when he started working with DJ Drama, he got all the placements. He went #1 like that. So industry plant to me. That being said, they tried to do a very similar thing with Mac Miller, and Mac Miller wasn't going, y'all. Okay, Mac Miller stood 10 toes, and Mac Miller is honestly responsible for some of the dopest collabs from like 2010, 2011. Like his collabs with Chuck English, Cool Kids, just man, goated arc from Mac Miller. So honestly, I feel like this Mac Miller conversation basically stems on your entry point to him. And some of this has to do with just videos and how they're produced. Like right now, I'm spitting off the top of the dome, okay? And Gulley Boy in his video spitting off the top of the dome. We're not gonna shoot 100 every single time, gang. We not. Sorry. Even Kobe didn't make every single shot. So y'all gotta give us live YouTubers breaks, bro. If we giving you videos off the top of the dome, we're gonna make mistakes. But that being said, FD Signifier also has a similar type of situation going on because he has produced videos. He spends about a month, 2 months cranking out videos, but he's doing all the research by himself. He's like, his own. I mean, I'm not saying he is his own channel and he produces all his own videos by himself. And like to do that takes a lot of just studying background information. Like you could tell that FD Signifier has gone through the collegiate experience. Like he's a teacher. You could tell that he went to college, just the way that he presents his information. And like I enjoy both mediums 100%, but I'd be remiss to say each of them didn't have their strengths and weaknesses. And when you're coming off the top of the dome, I feel like that's just the best way to get your point across honestly about your opinion. But when you have a pre-produced video, you could dive into different subjects, and you owe your audience when you're doing something like that because the audience is there, for more than just you. Whereas when these discussions that we having on live, y'all kind of just hear from my opinion, but FD is giving y'all the education, okay? He's giving y'all knowledge. He's giving y'all a little bit more than just a live yap session that Quantum be doing. So I respect both mediums, but at the same time, you got to allow yourself, FD Signifier, to be critiqued by people like us. Because, like Gulley Boy said in the video, iron sharper iron, you feel me? And I feel like it's only going to make us stronger when we have people call us out on this. So let's go ahead and keep it moving and grooving. They did talk about the Dave Chappelle paradox, so to speak. And I think that goes into my last point about just having your own channel with pre-produced material and wanting to serve an audience, all audiences for real, because us being black creators, we almost think from the black perspective naturally. We want to give our perspective from our perspective because that's just what's natural to us. but our audience doesn't align always with our perspective. So sometimes you'll see me saying, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't say that. I'm about to get canceled." Okay, like you seen it if you've been on my live. You've seen me double take a couple times. It's nasty work. Okay, I'm not trying to get canceled on this motherfucking app. And Gully Boy's had a couple strikes on his channel. I've been watching him for years. So like when you on here, uncensored, unfiltered, anything can happen. All right, they don't like that. So it gives you a little paradox at times, and that's the Dave Chappelle in a Dress paradox. Quantum Supply song, Dave Chappelle in a Dress. Go ahead and Google that. One of my songs that I made just related to this topic, and the fact that if you guys remember Dave Chappelle during the Chappelle show, he before he went to Africa, he had this story about canceling season 4 of Dave Chappelle's show because he came into work and they essentially wanted him to do a script that he didn't want to do, and they were trying to convince him to do it really, really hard. And Dave was 10 toes. He wasn't going. But from that moment, he just looked at everything differently. Like, he looked at the crowd laughing at him differently. And it's perspectives like that that changes you as a artist, as a producer. And I feel like that's something that FD has gone through, just because, I mean, what, he's got at least 500,000 subs, if not 1,000,000 subs. And that experience alone might make you a little cuckoo, okay? Having thousands of comments in your feed talking shit about you, that might do something to you. I haven't really experienced that, but I could see how that might be a little crazy game.
Emotional damage.
So I'm gonna give FD a little bit grace here and see where he's coming from in terms of how he produces his video. You know, some of the narratives that he chooses for his video, I was looking at with a side eye. I'm not gonna hold you. But now that he came on Gulley Boy's channel and explained his perspective, I understand it now. I completely understand it, and I respect it. Because at the end of the day, the age gap here is something that can't be, like, understated. Me and Gulley Boy are the same age. And I believe FD Signifier said that he's in his 40s. So, like, FD, I'm going to go ahead and give you a tip. Don't talk to people at gas stations, bro. Just don't do it, okay? Like, there's no need to have a conversation with somebody at a gas station. There's no need, bro. I'm from KCMO, and people die at gas stations every day. Like, it's just something that happens over petty arguments. So I would just say, don't go to gas stations and have conversations, bro. Just keep it moving. That's my only advice to FD Sig. I like what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Other than that, Quantum ain't got much to say to you. But I'm going to keep it moving with my analysis of y'all video. Let's see. So they were talking about Mac Miller. Yeah, they were saying that there was potential that he was an industry plant as well. I'm not buying that. Mac Miller definitely got out the mud. Let's see. Let's talk about FD Signifier and his music taste and Gulley Boy and his music taste, because I think that there's a clear difference in just kind of experiences the music taste overall. So like FD is originally from Chicago and Gulley Boy is from St. Louis, Missouri. And I could tell how their experiences with the introduction to music has definitely shaped who they are, because us being from the Midwest, there's so many different aspects of Midwest rap music. You got your choppers, you know, you got your drill. We call it funk music here in KC. And you got so many different aspects of hip hop, rap music. And Gulley Boy, in my opinion, we align on some of this lyrical, miracle, spiritual type rap music. Like, I fuck with Tech. I fuck with K Reno. I fuck with all of that kind of like Detroit sound, the horrorcore. I fuck with that heavy B. So like, I feel like FD Signifier, he's aware of that music and he rocks with that too. He said in this video that he used to rock with Dead Prez, Most Def. Like, he used to be on some real old head shit until he went to Atlanta and was introduced to more like trap, gutter music. And I mean, we've all gone through our Most Def period. Come on. We've all gone through the head rap period. Yeah, like, let's not pretend like we ain't been on some radical shit before, gang. Quantum been there too. You look at pictures of me from high school, or you look at the shit I was saying back in high school, nah, bro, nah, it ain't it. But that being said, hey, growth is good. I applaud both of them for growing up and, you know, changing their interests, because as much as I fuck with Most Def ain't feeding the audience as often as he needs to. So I gotta listen to other people, bro. I gotta listen to other people. So I do rock with FD Signifier's music choice, but I wish he would open himself up to more newer artists Like he referenced Kenny Mason. I fuck with Kenny Mason. You look right here, there's a Kenny Mason music video that I played recently. I fuck with Kenny Mason heavy. But I feel like he's still kind of stuck in that lyrical, miracle, spiritual realm. And I think that you need to open yourself up to the underground a little bit more, FD Sig. I know you on the older head side, but there is music out there, bro. Like, I'm here to tell you, there's plenty of underground artists killing it right now, killing the scene that you would like. It's not all net spin. It's not all like Lil Wayne's son, bro. Like, there's plenty of artists popping and bubbling that you would fuck with. And I'm sure if like we sat down and talk about it, I could probably suggest you some artists that you would rock with just based off the fact that I know you like Denzel Curry, Kenny Mason. I could name like 5 right here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fuck with my followers like that. But FD, if you ever want to chop it up with Quan, holla at me. That being said, I'm going to keep it moving. We're going to get past the rest of the points they made in this video, and then we're going to move on. They also referenced Freaknik because, you know, they're dropping the Freaknik documentary soon. Everybody just assumes that FD Signifier was in Freaknik for whatever reason, but I think he's a little bit too young to be of that generation. But it brings up an excellent conversation. Why are the main people talking shit about Sexy Red, City Girls, the same people that were at Freaknik? When does it happen? When does it happen, FD? I'm in my 30s. When does it happen? I need to know, because at some point, I guess you just forget being young. I guess you just forget what young people is like, because I give them grace. I understand that people make mistakes, all right? I remember when I was 18, 19, 21, I was going crazy in the streets. So you couldn't tell me shit back then, you feel me? And I've definitely gotten better at that. But at the same time, when does it happen, FD? When am I just going to look back at the younger generation and start hating? Am I already doing it? Shit. Anyway, they also said that hip hop in general has been kind of diluted over the years. And I think that that is a suppression act, in my humble opinion. I think that that also goes back to some of the ambivalence towards white rappers, okay? I feel like some of that ambivalence comes from them trying to water down hip hop, because hip hop is one of the most powerful art tools we have as black people, okay? Let's not get it twisted. And I'm gonna run it back. Hip hop is one of the most powerful forms that we have as black people. It does so much that, you know what? Get up for hip hop. Get up for hip hop. 50 years of this shit. Come on, gang. 50 years? Come on. You think they ain't gonna try to take it from us? Hip hop is the only thing that could instantly create black anarchy. You remember when Lil Baby dropped that song during the George Floyd riots? Okay? Nobody knew Lil Baby had that in him. Come on. Come on. Hip hop is the greatest tool we have for revolution. So anytime that we see industry plants, Macklemore, lesser extent, the current Macklemore, who I'm not going to name, Voldemort, that seems like a threat on hip hop. That seems like a threat on the design that hip hop was made for. Hip hop was made to create a revolution, but to also get you dancing at the same time. So we cannot ever lose the core principles of hip hop, y'all. We can't. That's when it becomes watered down. That's when it becomes just some bullshit. And the genre's over, in my opinion. Right now, hip-hop's still strong. Nas dropped Hip Hop Is Dead like 15, 20 years ago. Hip-hop's still here, Nas. All right, Quantum's here to tell you hip-hop ain't dead, bro. And we're not going to allow people to just take our genre and fuck it up. Hold on. My dog is laying on the chair on something. I think it's like a cardboard wrapper. My bad. If you hear, like I said, if you hear that crackling in the background, it's just my Frenchies. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and tackle the last few points of this FD Sig Gulley Boy video. Yeah, I mean, Gulley Boy's been on the channel for a minute. I've been watching him since 2016, so he's experienced a lot of different things when it comes to the politics of YouTube. And I feel like FD and Gulley Boy should have a conversation just more about the politics of YouTube, because as a creator, I feel like that really impacts how you create, and it really dictates how you get your point across. So I will say overall, this was an excellent video from Gulley Boy, FD Sig. Iron does sharpen iron. I love to see this. Excellent for the culture. Definitely giving it up for GB, FD. Shit, fire gang. Yes, we need that. We need this for the culture. We need more dialogue. We need more sit downs. We need more barbershop talk with real people that be in the barbershop. I know that y'all ain't got lineups on either of these. So, I might be reaching, but you know what I mean when I say barbershop conversations. You dig? But with that, that's my yap session on the FD GB situation. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving. I got a couple of videos